Hello everyone and welcome to episode 29 of 6 out of 7 podcast. We're back in the flat.
Back in the flat.
It's Calum and Liam.
Hi. How
Dynamic
are you?
duo.
The
I'm
dynamic
good, man.
Yeah,
I'm
we've done that and we're sort of pressed for time, but I feel like we should at least pretend like we're doing a hi, how are you?
We had too much live chat.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks have passed.
Yeah, we're not going to put on the podcast.
Time goes on.
It's depressing.
Yeah.
Let's.
My life is not depressing.
We got two things we're going to talk about this week. We got Spider-Man MCU,
News,
Sony,
yeah,
and then
news.
we got 2019 films.
I have no I just know the news, the highlights, the salient points.
What do you know? What do you know?
I know that Sony and Disney have fallen out because Disney wanted to do like a 50-50 split production and therefore get more in terms of take, I suppose. Like their current thing, they get like merchandise and some
you know everything then.
And then Sony were like, no, we want our money, thank you very much. And Disney were like, well, fuck you. And that is essentially as much as I know.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's out of the MCU, right? Like he's gonna vanish.
Well, I don't know how can they even do that? But the original deal was Disney owns merchandising, easy for me to say, rights to Spider-Man, and 5% of first dollar gross, so whatever a Spider-Man film makes on the first day goes to Disney.
Okay.
And Sony finances the movies, but then it gets a bigger...
Yeah.
It gets most of...
It's like £1 billion or whatever that the film made.
Yeah, so like they'll get most of that. But Disney wants basically 50-50, like on everything, I guess. I couldn't find exactly... There was so many articles.
Yeah.
That
no one's actually been in the room and like said this is exactly what the deal is. Because those deals are so shady, man. Like all these ratios and stuff, I wonder like... Actually, have those figures been published? But
so I was working late last night and I woke up late this morning and I had to get the cat's birthday presents.
Yeah, it's cat's birthdays. They have the same birthday?
3 and 2.
They have the same birthday?
Well, no, but I mean,
it's
just easier for everyone.
Easier. That's what they should do with actual children. Just be all your birthdays are today. Happy birthday. Have a bloody cake.
I got this fishing rod thing. It's huge. It's like a metre. I'll put a photo.
Yeah,
with the
I
podcast.
would love to see that.
It's incredible.
That's weird, man.
So I didn't have time to like read through every single article, but
we're not the source of all information. That is
the gist of what's happening. A lot of people are like going like, "Sorry, what are you doing, you fucking idiots?" But I don't know. It seems like it's more.
Yeah, this is Disney being at its evilest, man. This is what I'm saying. Disney are kind of evil. And
being like, we want the money.
Yeah, just give us it.
Show me the money.
Yeah, they're like that. They're like exactly like that. And I think it's Sony. I think were within their rights to be like, no, this is the deal we had arranged. Yeah. Let's continue with the arranged deal.
Yeah, I don't see why Sony's getting all the hate for this. Obviously, Disney were already making enough money. The deal they had at, so I don't really understand why they want more.
They just think they can flex the muscle. More money. They just flex that muscle. Like, by the way, we're super powerful.
Yeah, but Sony put out a tweet today that there were concerns that Kevin Feige or Fiji, however you say his name. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
He's like the head of Marvel Creative and produces all the films and that. He's taking too much on. Yeah. So they say, but it's money.
It's
nothing to do with that.
I think if you were Kevin, you would fucking love to do Spider-Man films. Like I think that is one of those ones that like everyone who reads is even tangentially interested in comics is like, I want to be involved in that. Like,
he's the dude.
What does this mean for Tom? Do you know?
Oh, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine. Is he going to be Spider-Man forever? Or is
he can do a British accent. He can do an American accent.
I was reading, because I did some research as well, Liam. Sometimes I do some research. People are talking about doing like a bloody multiverse live action where Andrew Garfield comes through a bloody portal and is like, hey, I'm the Amazing Spider-Man. Imagine that.
Is he interested in that? What is he doing? What's he up to?
I think it's fans being a bit like, let's make a great situation out of a bad, lemons out of lemonade type thing. No?
I like lemonade.
Lemonade out of lemons. Oh no, I haven't done this podcast in so long. I've forgotten how to speak words.
He doesn't know his quips.
Does that a quip? Lemonade out of lemons.
I said this before with our Far From Home episode. I wanted to watch Tom grow. Yeah. I wanted to see him come into like a violent, punching people in the face.
Yeah, marrying Mary Jane. That sort of thing.
And maybe we won't get this anymore.
Maybe we won't. Who knows?
Maybe we will.
Maybe they'll do another deal. Maybe things will reverse. Maybe we'll fix this somehow.
The outcry has been heard.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything we can do on this couch. But I mean, we as people who are interested in that film.
Yeah.
And the success of that film can be like, right, let's get like Venom crossover. Like, I'm not that interested in that. Are you interested in that?
Yeah.
They're gonna because that's become more likely, right?
Yeah, like I want to see they're doing a Morbius thing. I want to see that. I want just anything.
Yeah.
Show me anything. A child.
I wish they could just not be obsessed with money. Maybe is what I actually want.
It makes the world go round.
Just do like a tit for tat. Like you do a film and you get all the money for that film, and then I'll do a film with one of your guys and I'll get all the money for that film.
Yeah, maybe they will actually come to like an arrangement like that.
Do like something like that.
Half and half. I don't know. I don't know what it means for the universe. Like where
are you unhappy? Are you pissed off?
Nah,
are you triggered?
I think.
Are you raged?
I've seen more people post about this than literally any sort of newsworthy thing that's happened.
Amazon's on fire, guys.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Amazon is literally burning.
It has been for weeks.
Yeah.
I've seen like one person post about that.
People from space have been like, guys, your planet's on fire.
Yeah, go to watch this.
Yeah.
But I don't really care, like, because these films will keep coming.
Yeah.
We're going to. Disney has so much money. They must look at like their balance and be like, that's just numbers.
Yeah.
That doesn't. You can't even comprehend that. So
yeah.
Doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
No,
but
let's turn off the podcast. Doesn't really matter.
No, like, I'm interested to see what way it goes.
Yeah.
To see if, because how are they going to write them out? Or are they just going to get like, who's a character kind of like Spider-Man?
Don't know. He's one of a kind.
A Spider-Woman?
Spider-Woman, like Gwen, Spider-Gwen. But all those things would be owned by the Sony like property or whatever. So I don't think they can do it, man. I think they're going to have to like, there's going to be like one throwaway line about like, fuck, he died.
He died.
He's gone. He died again.
Yeah, Mysterio shot him in the face.
Yeah.
Remember that bit in Far... I can't believe more people don't talk about that.
Yeah, it's pretty wild for a 12A. For like a 12A, that's a pretty intense moment.
I thought so.
Should we sit on that for a bit?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else really more to say.
Have you got any thoughts, audience? Right.
Come on. We're getting less than 50 views.
That's alarming, isn't it?
We're doing it. I think we're going to start, like, when Calum's moving flat.
I'm moving flat.
Do you think... I want to start a video. I want to do a video.
You could do a video. You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to play video games with you. I'd like to try... we'll get like a fucking capture card. Let's do that. Let's just spend more money on this.
I'll spend more money.
I'll spend some money.
I bought a camera. And
you did? Fucking
no, like a thing.
Jesus
and
Christ.
A tripod.
I'll get the capture card then.
Okay, you get that. How much are they?
I don't know. I'll have a look. I haven't looked. I just thought it'd be fun because I've been playing Minecraft recently. This is not a film podcast anymore.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time.
I've never played it.
I could teach you Minecraft.
Is it not like a children's game?
No.
I thought you were playing it with your...
I'm playing it with a child. It doesn't mean that I am a child or it is exclusively for children.
I assume you know the child.
He's my cousin.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine, guys.
Why do you always put me out like I'm some
Because you always say weird shit like that. Like, what was it you said the other day? You were living with a child.
I was living with 6-year-olds. And I was. That was not an incorrect statement. My mum called me up on that actually and she was like, well done for Liam catching you on that, explaining that. So yeah, perhaps.
Indeed.
Perhaps you have a point.
Indeed.
Should we do the next
Just watch what you say, okay?
It's hard, man. Sometimes they're gone before I can even, register what they are.
In today's culture.
No one's listening, so who cares?
Yeah, you can literally say what we want. No, my parents listen.
Oh, hey, your parents were commenting.
Yeah, they were like, what did my dad call it?
He recommended Local Hero, which I went and watched and was really good.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go.
Liam's dad.
David.
Local Hero, watch it. It's really good. Bill Forsyth, actually quite a good filmmaker. Bill Forsyth.
Right, okay. That's the guy that made... Is it Whiskey?
No, it was the film that I recommended, That Sinking Feeling, and Gregory's Girl. He also did Local Hero.
Bloody hell. There you go.
Scottish auteur.
What a man.
And your mum commented, and like we should acknowledge comments because
we're not getting any.
Yeah, so when they do happen, it's quite nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Right, let's move on.
Sorry.
2019 films.
So far. It's not over yet.
Yeah, I was kind of... When I looked at it's kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's not very good.
Film. The year of film. What are your thoughts?
So, what do you want to do this?
I'll just read a list of everything that I've seen so far.
Oh my god! Just go through your list and then I'll do mine.
No, because I don't want to talk about every. I'm very conscious of making lists, but the first highlight film that I saw was called maybe Lego Movie 2 actually. That was probably the first film I saw this year that I was like, this is the 2019 we remembered for Lego Movie 2.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite good.
I didn't remember it. I've not seen it.
Oh.
I've not seen the first one.
Oh.
But I didn't know that came out this year.
It came out in like February of this year.
Bloody hell, man.
It had a great song and it was like a decent enough sequel to the first one. The first one was really good. I haven't seen Playmobil yet and I wonder whether it will sort of capture that sort of magic. I think it's out. There's lots of promotion for it, I think. But anyway, Lego Movie 2 was really good, and it's sort of the films that I've seen so far, it will stand out. Like Everything's Not Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Great song.
Is that the song?
Great song, yeah. A good little companion piece to Everything Is Awesome in the first film, which you've aware of.
I'm aware. I've heard it.
Yeah. You should watch the Lego Movie.
I tried to watch it on a Christmas day, like probably 4 years ago when I was really hungover.
Yeah, that's your mistake there.
I actually fucking before I met Steph. So
yeah, that's your mistake there though. You've met,
and I was like enough.
Too much happiness, too much colour. So that stands out. That's my first film that stood out for me. Are we going to do one of you, or am I just going to carry on?
You just do your list.
It's not a lit. Fight with My Family. That was the next one that I thought was really good.
I've got that on Blu-ray.
Really,
and I keep meaning to watch it.
Well, you should watch it.
I know, because
like me as sort of a semi-wrestling fan, I got a lot out of that film that I was not expected to. It was really like kind of dark. Like the brothers' storyline was really like, fuck, man. Excuse me, first swear of the podcast.
It's okay, it's fine. He's back.
Swearing
back,
like
baby.
A bloody sailor. Is it that how you say it? Like a sailor?
Docker?
Like a docker? They swear a lot, I'm sure. Final Fantasy, it was really good. Like, and it was not just about like, oh, wrestling is this real sport. It's actually about like what it means to fail and succeed, and like how you care about your siblings. And that they were basically at that moment when she gets sort of elected into the group and he doesn't. The film goes on two different paths. It's like her sort of struggling to be accepted and him trying to deal with that failure. And he was the one that wanted it more, and he was the one that inwardly felt he deserved it more. And then he like goes on this really dark path, and then sort of comes around at the end of the film. Spoiler: it's a happy ending. It's a film.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's I wasn't expecting it. I thought it was mainly just going to be like her on her journey, and the brother would sort of fall into the background after he didn't get it. But
it didn't make it seem like that at all. I assumed it was just Paige's story.
Yeah, no, the brother has a significant role to play in the film, and apparently it's sort of kind of true to the.
I've seen the real documentary.
Yeah.
Like the Channel 4 documentary that it's based on. So
does the dad like Nick Frost?
No, he's much bigger.
Yeah,
like fatter.
Yeah,
and he's a bit uglier, I would say.
Yeah, Nick Frost is a good looking guy.
He's a movie star. I seen him in person once in work.
Really?
And I couldn't believe how short he was.
Short.
He's a short man.
Okay.
Yeah, he must wear heels.
He must. Have you seen that thing for The Irishman with Rob De Niro and there's like
what is that, man?
That's so weird. Moving on. Hole in the Ground came out very shortly after Fight with My Family. We liked that.
Yeah, we've done a whole review on that.
We did a whole
10 people have
watch
seen,
that.
so.
Go watch that. I would just want to skip through this. Like, it has been a bit of a like mediocre year so far. I've not really like seen anything fantastic. I really like The Kid, but I won't talk about The Kid because we're not.
What's The Kid?
The Kid was the like western about Billy the Kid.
Oh,
like that
okay.
returns with Ethan
Was
Hawke
that out
and Chris
the cinema?
Pratt. Yeah, it was in around for about 10 minutes. Like it didn't do
One of them.
very much. One of them. Wonder Park, Nickelodeon film. Animated film.
Not seen it.
It's again weirdly you go and you think it's about like this wonderful story and then it's about like the mum gets cancer.
Jeez,
Nickelodeon
man.
are making really deep films. Nickelodeon movies, right?
Uh-huh.
They're nutters in there.
They used to make like Good Burger.
Yeah.
What a film Good Burger
Great
is, by the way. I watched that on the day of my wedding. That wasn't the first time I'd seen it.
When you watched it on the day of your wedding?
When we were getting ready, my mum was like, "Oh, Good Burger's on," and honestly, I was like, I might have to be late for my wedding.
Let's postpone the wedding.
So
that's an amazing. What? Does Stephanie know that you did that?
She probably does. If I said I watched Good Burger, she would be like, "I don't know what that is."
I was watching it too. No, that's an alarming thing to propose.
I think we should do a Keenan and Kel episode because
it's great.
I still like.
Yeah, bring it back, man. Yeah, I guess he's doing SNL. Anyway, Nickelodeon. I want to watch Dora the Explorer because Wonder Park was such a shock for me. Wonder Park I was so just like, what? This is a film like as an afternoon or something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what's on? Like, kill 90 minutes before I continue with my life. And Wonder Park, oh, cool. You know, anime, kind of interesting. Mum gets bloody cancer.
That's
out of the bloody blue. Moving on. And that was a sort of shocker. That's sort of, I think that speaks to the timbre or like what this year of film has been like. Whereas Wonder Park can like come out and like I really wasn't that impressed by, you know, Captain Marvel or Captive State or Us. Like Us was probably one of the things in our first episode most looking forward to.
One episode, go back and listen to it.
It's an hour and a half.
If you want to hear two tired people speak for 90 minutes.
Yeah, let's talk about things on the internet in the most boring way we can.
That is like unlistenable.
Yeah.
If you've stuck with us, thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's
bravo to you. Us was like really looking forward to that, and ended up being, you know, it's been a lot of that. Like Dark Phoenix, I'm skipping way down the list, was very like bleh. I think we've had a lot of bleh. So highlights: Wonder Park. Watch Wonder Park if you haven't seen it. Mum gets cancer.
Right. So you've said.
Hellboy, Pet Cemetery. It was a bit of a horror-y bit. Shazam was kind of horror-y. Pet Cemetery, obviously a horror. Hellboy, like kind of.
Are you?
They were all at the same time, yeah, and they were all. That was quite a good. I was enjoying that time going to the cinema, watching some sort of reasonably entertaining films. Hellboy, of those three, probably the weakest, but I'll keep watching it.
I've not seen Hellboy, but someone was telling me last night, like they were like gushing all over it.
It's now out on digital, so I think everyone can now, make their own minds up for themselves.
Because it was torn apart.
Yeah, it may receive a cult following. Who knows? Who knows? There's a great demon in it that's like literally he's like spiky leg demon, and all he does is stand on people with his spiky legs and like make sort of human kebabs. It's like
scary.
It was scary. Endgame came out in April. We're only in April. We're only in April. Yeah. I need to move on. It happened. It was rather good. John Wick 3, stellar film. Really, really like that. Ended kind of weakly with this whole we're going to do 4, we're going to do 5, we're going to do 6, but I'm glad Keanu Reeves back on the scene.
Yeah, he's had that resurgence.
He's had a resurgence. Apparently Matrix 4 has been announced. Some I go over 2 weeks and like it's the 90s again. I'm like, hey, welcome. Looking forward to that. You looking forward to Matrix?
Yeah, I mean, I like the first one.
What do you reckon they're going to do?
Whatever they want, because I mean he gives himself to the Matrix, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's sort of Christ-like self-sacrifice.
And Trinity's dead. So I have no idea.
And those are the two people that have been confirmed that are back. Like,
are they rebooting that?
Maybe. Older, darker, more real.
More Keanu Reeves.
More Keanu.
That's possible.
John Wick 3, Aladdin, Brightburn. I like Brightburn. I like Booksmart.
It was fine.
It was fine. He's put his thumbs up for a video.
It's on mine.
It's a standout. Like those two really stood out for me. Godzilla King of the Monsters didn't. Rocketman didn't. Dark Phoenix really didn't.
Yeah.
Stood out in terms of it was not very impressive. MIB International. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, I wasted my time. I don't know why I went to see that. That was really sad. That was a waste of my life. Toy Story 4, good. We talked about it at length yesterday. Let's leave it in yesterday. Spider-Man Far From Home. Midsummer. I like Midsummer. Now that's one that's done well with time. Like given the year and like looking at the year in the round as this kind of is. Midsummer is actually like I like that more than I thought I did.
I mean, it didn't come out
compared
that long
to the whole
ago.
year. Maybe it's closer to my mind. Lion King, Blur, and then Hobbs and Shaw and Once Upon a Time, which the podcast has already covered. Can I give you my thoughts? Is there any point?
Yeah, go for it.
Hobbs and Shaw was fucking excellent. You guys
are you having a laugh?
You guys are wrong. Black Superman, bloody great.
Oh, you're crazy.
He goes, I'm the bad guy. What a line. Never before seen.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
I'm the bad guy.
There's literally a song right now that says that.
Yeah, which was in Brightburn, which you really didn't approve of.
I kind of love that song, but now...
Yeah, you turned around to Billy.
Because, like, when I first heard it, I was like, what? Because I'd never heard her before.
Yeah. I think
now I'm like, oof, that's
people kind of, like, when they first listen to it, I think, go like, oh, my, like, bass is all wrong, but, like, it's supposed to be, like, a blow-up bass. Yeah, it's like a weird sound, but there you go, bad guy. I'm the bad guy, Brixton, he's really good. I hope he comes back. I hope it's one of those ones where he falls into the sea and they fucking reconstruct him and he's like half metal.
No,
do it.
Because everyone wants to be in those films now, so it will be like...
I love that Helen Mirren is still in them as well.
Be Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt's doing well. Ad Astra is a film on
Brad Pitt's abs are doing well.
Yeah, he's got a good bicep.
The guy's like 60.
He's kind of got that flabby skin.
No, but he's like an old man.
Yeah. I agree.
Built.
Can I talk about Once Upon a Time?
Yeah, go for it.
Because he was good in that, wasn't he?
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. I liked his moccasin boots. You know how they were doing all those shots of people were like stepping out of cars? It's like feet film.
Oh yeah.
And like they there was like 3 or 4 shots of him stepping out of cars and he's in his little moccasin boots, and I was like, I like that touch.
I thought that was meant to be like represent like Leo getting out with his like nice
he's a
shoes,
cowboy,
and then like
him
getting out and he's like a hippie. What I didn't mention about that film is that since I've seen it twice now, is like I like how much Leo hates hippies.
Yeah.
Because every film, and well, not every film, but films that are set in like 1969 are like do romanticize hippies to be like, oh, it's so cool, and like this was the popular movement at the time. But in that, he's just like every chance he gets, he's like fucking hippies.
Yeah, because he's from the 50s. Like he is
he's like a cowboy,
dirty, conservative, regressive dude. Which I think it's fair they exist. And like him shouting at him with a margarita. Like,
I love that.
Like that was a great sequence. Leo was like, I think Brad Pitt was the star for me, but Leo had his moments.
Yeah, there's the part where I don't like, but I've seen it again.
Should we go back? There's a podcast. You can go back.
I kind of like it more now, though.
Yeah,
and
I think when you know what
you
know what you're going to expect. Like I was watching that film thinking like this is like not a Tarantino film. Like this is actually like quite a thoughtful, contemplative, po-faced piece. And then right, no, it's there's like
the last 20 minutes.
She's like sitting smashed into the table, and the dog is ripping that guy's balls off. Like this is what I've been waiting for. Okay, fine. Like now I'm good. I loved again Leo's like fucking like towel walk when he's like going from the pool to the tool shed, and he runs like a fucking like a 50-year-old man. It was excellent. Really, really good.
Yeah, that whole but
me and my dad were giggling.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, it's really cute. It's a bonding moment. There's a bit where he's in the trailer and he's just fucked up his lines.
Yeah.
And that the character that he's based on is a bipolar actor from like long ago.
Oh, really?
And that scene is like, oh my god, like you're kind of laughing, but at the same time you're like, there's a part he's pointing at himself in the mirror, and he's like, if you don't get this like right,
by the camera, like it's really well done.
It's so intense and it's funny, and then you're a bit like,
he needs to quit drinking, and then he's like,
and then he throws it out,
brings out the wall.
Very good. That's a very good scene.
Yeah, I think you were waiting for those moments though for a long time. There's a lot of sort of slow, lots of people driving in cars, and
which I'm fine. Steph, when we were watching it, Steph was like, you've seen this before. Tell me when there's a part that nothing happens and I'm going to go to the toilet, and it's the part they're driving to the Playboy Mansion party, and I was like, just go to now because this is
like it's just the music. You're there for the music.
She came back and they just got to the party. That was like 3 or 4 minutes of just like them driving.
And what are we supposed to take from that? Like it takes a while to get to places in LA.
Well, I think you're meant to take that they spent a lot of money and time making it look like
the past,
the correct time.
Yeah. I guess fair play to that. The bit where Brad Pitt is like bombing down the road and the camera sort of like craning in and out of the car was quite cool. I was kind of half expecting a crash or something because it was so like a kinetic scene, but mostly it was just like to have a foot in the window, like that was basically some gross foot. Yeah. He looked like Timothée Chalamet rather. She did. Pussycat.
I disagree.
I told him that at the start.
We've disagreed already.
It's like right in.
Have you seen the trailer for Little Women?
Yes.
Fucking hell, man. I will not be seeing that.
I hope Greta does more. I hope Greta didn't have anything to do with that trailer and has got more on
Step out your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Greta.
I hear you.
Do something.
Greta, you're doing alright, man. Let's not shout down Greta.
There's a video of her directing.
We really like Ladybird.
And
she's shouting like that. We've all seen that. We've all seen that. All and sundry have seen that.
It's a bad time.
Were you would have directed that better?
I wouldn't have been like, kiss each other. Fuck, man.
I've missed you, Liam. I've missed you. Right, go. Get off your high horse. Stop shouting at people.
And Ronan, who do you think you are trying to act all up in my business?
I don't know what he thinks he's doing. I think we've got to the end of my list.
Yeah, right. What have you got?
I've just got things to come, which I'm looking forward to.
Do it. We got 15 minutes.
Oh, bloody hell. It Too, that's coming out in about 10 minutes. Ad Astra, I'm looking forward to more because of Brad Pitt's performance once upon a time. I think actually
he's a good actor.
Quite a compelling actor. I'm interested to see what you're going to do, and more of what's his face, the dad. I haven't seen him in a film in ages.
What's his name? Who is it?
It's not Tommy Lee Jones.
I was going to say Tommy Lee Jones.
It's not him. Is it not him? It might be him.
I don't know. Comment below.
Let us know. Rambo Last Blood. You were like...
That poster is a disgrace.
He's got a bloody arrow and bow. Bow and arrow.
His face though.
Yeah, he looks old. He looks
all crumpled.
Yeah, that's Sylvester Stallone. Why are you attacking Sylvester Stallone for being old?
Have you seen the poster?
The black and white one where he's kind of made out of brushed.
It looks weird.
It does look weird, but I think the film is not going to be an image of him like that. I think
nothing against it. I think he looks better in person than he does in that poster.
Last Blood. Well, we're not watching the poster, are we? It's not a poster podcast, is it?
It could be
a poster podcast.
It's not a market.
Rambo Last Blood. Joker.
Yes,
absolutely.
Joker.
Bring Joker. It on. Yeah, let's make it for Joker. We should have it we should do a big thing for that. Let's try it anyway. Gemini Man. What are they going to do with that? What's that about? I'm really curious to see about that because it's bad. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, turn into a bloody dragon. Zombie Land. Oh, that took a second to get out there. Zombie Land double tap. Yeah, I'm up for it. White House.
Sure, yeah.
Flipping Jennifer Lawrence is in it.
Is she?
I think maybe.
Boo. We don't like her on the podcast.
Do we not?
She's a hack.
I don't want to do my list now. I feel like you're just.
Joker, I clapped.
You did clap. You give it a big woo. Maybe I'll just leave it there then, because there are other things.
Keep going.
Motherless Brooklyn. I recently reconnected with someone back from the uni days, and she messaged me a video that came out just a second ago by Tom York and Flea, which was part of the soundtrack of Motherless Brooklyn, and it was like it really created a mood, and I thought I would like to be in this mood for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So that's why.
What is it?
I've no idea. It's just this video that came out of the blue. I'm assuming it's set in America.
Yeah.
New York, perhaps. Terminator. We talked about that. We're looking forward to that.
Looks weird though.
Like the day after Judgment Day, we should maybe devote time to talking about this. Like what happens after Judgment Day? Like the world is still fine. Like they've averted the crisis.
Yeah.
So how are they? What's going to happen?
Rise of the Machines.
Yeah, but that's like a long time. It's not the day after. Terminator.
Yeah, but that's he says at the start with his monologue. He's like, Judgment Day came and went.
Yeah.
And we were fine.
So what's the film going to be? Just like I was going to be fine for an hour and a half until the start of Rise of the Machines.
I think they look weird. The Terminators.
Yeah, he's that kind of black gooey machine.
But he looks like a normal man.
Yeah.
You want like a weird looking guy or like a tank. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well maybe there'll be more of them. Maybe these will be like sort of disposable.
Maybe.
You kind of were killing thousands of these Terminator things. I'm curious.
I'm jazzed.
You're jazzed. I'm just curious. Jumanji Next Level.
Come on.
I'll just put it down to hear that and see your eyes roll into the back of your skull.
I just think like why Jumanji 1 was good, yeah, but why would you want to go back into that?
Yeah,
because they spend the whole time escreaming
escaping.
And being like, we need to get out of the game.
Yeah,
and then to be like, no, I want to go back into the game.
The trailer puts that to rights where the kid feels a bit lonely, like they've not reconnected, and this was the moment where they were most friendly. So he's like, I want to reconnect with my friends. This is the moment that we reconnected. Like, let's all play this game together and risk our lives. But they have to go in and save him, I think is the point.
Danny DeVito's there. But
Danny DeVito and Kevin Hart playing Old Man is, The Rock I think he kind of wants to just like be wacky. This is just like moment to be wacky. He's a wacky guy.
He's counting his money.
Hobbs and Shaw. He's kind of wacky. He's going to do a bit of improv about Jason Statham's face. And we're going to sit on that for a long time.
Balls.
Yeah, they're all very similar looking objects. Star Wars Cats, Little Woman. Fuck you, Little Woman. Looking forward to it.
You're a disgrace.
Come on, Greta. I believe in you.
You're a disgrace.
Go on, that's my list done.
Okay. What time are we at?
3 days?
No, what time are we actually at? Can you see?
I can see it's about half an hour. We're just coming up on the half an hour mark.
Okay. I'm going to... Best. This is my best list.
Best list.
Pet Sematary.
Yeah.
I loved it. Like, went in pretty much... Like, because it's all remakes, isn't it? In the cinema nowadays. That's what they say. It's all remakes.
It's all remakes.
And it's all, I
didn't watch Pet Sematary 2, so...
Same.
The first one was alright. This was like, was it needed, is my question. Like, remakes, what the purpose?
But I thought it was like better than the original. Yeah. It was good.
And I like that they tied in Derry, like they did that bit.
It's a multi-universe.
That's Stephen King. He's trying to get that universe started.
Yeah, good on him.
Best of luck to him.
But I just thought it was brilliant. It's horrible. It's like what a horror should be. It's creepy, the wee girl when she's lying in bed.
Yeah.
With it's Jason Clarke. Is that his name?
Yeah. Am I dead or did I die?
Yeah, it's just like really unsettling, and there's part like a lot of like stabbing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Church the cat.
And I think what is a testament to is that you can make a freaky, unsettling film and you don't need to have it be 18. That was a 15, wasn't it? And it was like really like of the horror film. Like I think it was scarier than Brightburn, and Brightburn
definitely,
was Brightburn was also a 15. What's an 18 horror that we've seen lately? Maybe Hellboy. I think Hellboy was an 18 or 15.
Midsommar was an 18.
Yeah, I would say Pet Sematary was way better in its mood than Midsommar.
Yeah, because it's got that like 80s aesthetic of being like, I don't know, it's still like fun, but it's got its creepy parts. It's just very, if you haven't seen it and you like horror, it's definitely Endgame, obviously.
We're not going to talk about that.
Don't know, like what else
blew through my...
John Wick 3,
great.
It's good, it's a great action film.
Favourite bit?
A lot of it, the dog fights.
You really into
the part where she's getting attacked, the dog jumps on her back, runs up the wall and bites someone. I was honestly like,
bravo.
I can't
mouth open.
I can't unsee that. Booksmart.
We love Booksmart.
I would definitely put in my favourites.
Yeah.
It's got its like the love story with like the rapper guy and not Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill's sister. What's her name?
Beanie Feldstein.
I thought
he get it right.
She was. Did I say this in the podcast?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
I don't think it was. I think it was just another fat woman.
Shut up!
He hit me.
Shut up!
He hit me with a notebook.
It was nothing to do with that. She really looks like her.
We could just Google this and find out right now.
It's Mama Cass. She's meant to be. You do that.
No, Mama Cass. Oh, okay, right. I'll do that. You go on with the list.
Toy Story 4. I know I've kind of like.
You're not fat, Beanie Feldstein. That's really mean of me to have said that. I apologise.
Well, I think the actress in that is bigger than.
Yeah.
Beanie Belson.
I think it was a dark party. Like, there's no way. It's just, she looked a bit like someone you knew.
How tame was that for a Playboy manager in 1969?
Yeah, like
they just go and dance.
Yeah, with the bunny. It's like the bunny like walks past. It's very...
nothing.
Ooh.
Are you finding this?
Why? No.
I'll continue my list.
No. Ooh. No. Sorry.
Lord.
I'm gonna stop making noises now.
Right, Toy Story 4. I know I've kind of like went back and forth on it a little bit, but when I seen that, I was like, this is incredible. A lot of passion and like times went into the story. It's not just like tacked on to like create another sequel. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to find it. What are you even on?
On the filmography of Beanie Feldstein. Ooh, no, it doesn't look like she's here.
Right, let's move on.
Looks like you're wrong. Oh.
In fact, that's fine.
Looks like you're wrong. Are you going to apologise?
Yeah, I'd apologise.
I apologise too. There was an outburst.
Toy Story 4, loved it.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I know
in the Hollywood.
In the Hollywood. It's not my favourite, but I think because this year's been quite shit.
It's been a bit of a
It probably slips in there because there's, as much as there's parts I didn't enjoy of it, and I was a bit like, what is this? Like, who's this for? Where's this going? There's like the parts in the trailer and the last scene, and like there's a lot to enjoy in it. So it probably does slip into my best.
I mean, you watching a film twice does show something about it. Like,
and it's 3 hours.
It'd be good
240.
Yeah, like it's a bit of a slog the first time round, but I'll probably watch it again when it comes out on various streaming devices.
It's be good. And worst, I'll just fly through this. Glass, hated it. It was so disappointing.
I forgot about Glass. Yeah, that was a bad film.
Unbreakable and Split are probably my favourite Shyamalan films. So
Shyamalan.
For like
nice.
it just had so much like the trailer looked great, and it looked like all 3 of them were back together, and then you watch it, it's fucking so dull. I remember watching that with you and just being like, this is shit. This is actually
like, the
shit.
whole twist, and you're like, oh no, I don't care. Like,
really bad. Velvet Buzzsaw, which was a Netflix film with Jake Gyllenhaal,
we watched that.
Absolute garbage.
Yeah. Jake was quite good in it though.
The Dirt, the Motley Crue.
I didn't watch that.
It's also on Netflix. It's really bad. I didn't mention it in music biographies, I don't think. Godzilla, which is just a fucking
King of the Monsters.
King of the Monsters. It's a disaster of a film.
Yeah, you made me like that film less, and I sort of hate you for it.
Well, I mean, take it for what it is. Like, if you want to go in and watch monsters fight, and
that's what I do want to do.
Yeah, so do I. But I need a little bit of plot.
Yeah,
bit of substance.
There wasn't much of that.
Bobby Brown.
Yeah,
is very good in that.
Did you like Stranger Things?
Yeah, I loved it. Season 3 is my favourite.
Really?
Yeah, wow. I think it's so quick, and there's no fat on it. Season 2, because we couldn't get through season 2, so it's all dark and everyone's just in a room shouting at each other. Whereas 3's like they're in the mall and it's all bright, it's all fun. Yeah, it's really good.
Robin was really good in Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, it did like 30 seconds. Do you know why she's in that?
Why?
She's Uma Thurman's daughter.
Oh,
and Ethan Hawke's daughter.
Holy shit, she is.
That is crazy.
I knew that.
That is crazy.
In my brain.
You didn't.
I did. I knew that. And also the girl, like the screaming girl with the knife, she's in Better Things. She's the daughter in Better Things, and she's really good.
I don't know what that is, but she was insufferable.
You didn't like her, but she's very good.
Dig this. Awful.
Yeah, but like that,
Awful.
You want her to die. Like, the whole point is you want her to die.
That's like someone you'll get married to.
Me? As in Calum?
Yeah, like as a person.
Thanks.
At your wedding, she'll stand up and be like, "Dig this."
Are you trying to insult me?
No, but it's just
Are you trying to hurt my feelings?
Seems like
you're succeeding.
Your future wife. Seems like your future wife. Dark Phoenix is shit.
Yeah, I mean bendy men, innit? Bendy alien.
It's not even shit. It's just like, I think if that was like like if I knew another one was coming, because New Mutants, apparently Disney have said they've seen it and they don't see any box office potential. So who knows?
What do they know about films? Disney know bollocks all.
Bollocks all. That's a new one.
Put it out, Disney. Give it to me.
It's just.
I'll make the decision.
It's boring. It's just very boring. It's just like a meh film.
There was no life in it because you knew it wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, and I think you can kind of tell in the actors they're all just kind of there to be like, right, let's see this through.
Yeah.
Dead Don't Die.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. So
probably one of like. Yeah, top 3 least favourite films.
My sister didn't like it either though, so
really bad.
I'm inclined to agree with you.
Yesterday, I wouldn't.
He's gone into Yesterday.
Shit.
I think your biopic episode, because I can comment on that because I'm like vaguely part of it. You were talking about how Yesterday and these films that kind of like use the music of artists rather than like actually tell their story like aren't very good. Blinded by the Light, I wish I'm going to see today, and I'm already giving it a massive thumbs up because I bloody love The Boss. Yeah. So I think I kind of disagree with you both, and I feel like that you can have a good, not a biopic, but you can tell a really cool story and use your music in an interesting way.
Yeah.
And like those films are kind of more appealing. Yeah, if it's an interesting story. Yesterday is arguably like perhaps not an amazing story.
Yeah.
But I think it can be done, and I sometimes prefer it to like the story of like, oh, it was bloody hard being young and broke and a bloody genius and no one knew.
Like Rocket Man.
Yeah, like so many of these films are like that. Like people look back on their lives from the point of like enormous success and fame and endorse and think everything that I've done previous is validated in order to get me here. So I'm going to tell a film and you're going to watch it and you're going to probably like it.
Yeah.
I think do something else.
That's not my issue with Blinded by the Light. Well, Yesterday's got its own problem because it's like fictional, like totally fictional. Blinded by the Light is based on a true
story. Yeah, apparently it goes really real, and at the end they do like a sort of sequence of photos where
it's him. He meets Bruce. He's seen Bruce Springsteen like 20 something times.
That's wild, man.
But it's quite cheesy, and I think for what the story is and what it like focuses a lot around him being like Asian and like the 80s. Do you know what I mean? It's in like I can't remember. He's in a little shite. Where's it? Is it Swindon? It's like a little
rubbish part of the country.
Like a little English town, do you know what I mean? That's probably like pretty
racist. Yeah, the National Front are a big secret. I'm reserving a lot of judgment.
Yeah, I wouldn't
but
go
I think
into it,
as a premise, like I'm much more intrigued by that premise than by like here's how
here's Motley Crue's
here's how they got there. Here's how they made it. Like I'm not.
It's better than Yesterday. I'll say that. And surprises for the year thus far.
Have you seen Blinded by the Light?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I've seen it at the thing I was at.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Surprises. Alita.
Yes.
Was I went into that. I went with Gavin, who's a friend of the podcast.
Gavin.
And I was like, this is going to be fucking terrible. Like this is going to be like an anime or some shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is okay.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
That unicycle is a bit weird, but other than that, I'm all on board.
What's the unicycle?
Her boyfriend like came in at an enormous like it was like a one big wheel. And he was like riding on this wheel, like I'm a cool guy, like hopping off his unicycle.
Is he not one of the Jonas Brothers or something?
He looks like that, but I'm not going to say that. You've made a mistake already. Let's not make more.
And Aladdin. I was like,
surprised.
I was like, no interest in this. I have no interest in seeing this. It's going to just be the retelling of Aladdin, which you don't need to see. But I bloody loved it. Yeah. I thought Will Smith as the genie. I thought some of the songs were actually better than.
I like the added song, Jasmine's added song, like, and she becomes the Sultan. Yeah, and she like makes people evaporate. Like that was like, oh, never seen that before.
It's a lot of fun. It's maybe a wee bit too long, but I was surprised at how much Shazam as well. I think from Aquaman and the fucking headache that it was. Like I was like,
that's a t-shirt right there.
This was the one me and Calum arranged to go and see Shazam at
separate places.
2:00 or something like that. Yeah. And I got to the IMAX where we agreed to meet, and I was like, where you at? And you're like, in Starbucks, and I was like, no, you're not. You're at Renfrew Street.
You're right. I can't deny that.
Yeah, but I sat there, I enjoyed it. I thought it was probably the best DC film I've seen in a while.
Yeah, and I want them to do more. More of that. Break the Rock, man. Black Adam.
Well, I think standalone is the way to go. See how Joker goes. See what that makes. And Good Boys is actually I didn't pick to go and see that. I was kind of forced to watch that, and it's a weird sentence.
Zero interest in that.
But it's not bad. It's like it's a bit of. It's obviously a bit of Superbad, but it's a bit of Booksmart as well.
Really, it feels kind of like Family Guy. It feels very like.
There's quite a lot of like dick jokes and
like people getting brutally injured and it being like, look at that.
There's not that much of that. Stephen Merchant's in it.
Really?
For like a second.
My interest has been piqued.
With Stephen Merchant.
Yeah, a bit of Stephen Merchant. I haven't seen him in a while.
I would, if you know what you're getting into, it's absolutely fine. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, that's films I'm looking forward to. Joker. Star Wars, all that shit. Cats. I can't wait.
Can't wait for Cats.
James Corden.
He loves a bloody cat.
As a fat cat.
He loves a cat.
Oh,
he bought his cat a bloody fishing pole. Cats can't fish.
Flies like it says flies like a real bird.
Flies like a real fish and birds. What? You're talking.
It's like a big thing and like it's feathers, so they'll be like, is that a bird?
On a fishing line. Are your cats stupid?
Yeah. How dare you?
You made me feel small.
Oh, I'm going to be late for work.
Let's go. Let's round off.
Yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you to Alan as well, who done the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thanks for filling in. I really needed that.
Yeah, he needed the break. He's been travelling.
Been away. Write in. Talk about videos. Talk about if you want a video. Would you like to see it? Probably not. Tell us.
We're doing a video.
Regardless, whether you like it or not.
I've spent money.
Christ, no, I need to shave. Anyway, let's go. Okay. Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah, all the good stuff. Follow us on it. I'll link it below. And yeah, next week I don't know what we'll be talking about.
How about subscribing?
Yeah, subscribe.
Consider subscribing.
We're over 30 now.
That's wild.
We're doing okay.
Pushing the upper boundaries, the upper hemispheres.
I've came to terms with what we're going to be. Good. I would say I'm happy.
Excellent.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. We'll see you again next week.
See you then.
Bye.